Hello everybody. I thought that I would do another introduction to using Microsoft Teams, as there's still some confusion out there and it's something you're going to have to get used to using, not just at the university but at work. More and more workplaces are using Teams, so I'm just going to whiz through it by sharing my screen and talking you through what I'm going to do. So first of all, I need to open Teams, and I just happen to have Teams open here. It's on chats at the moment. So if I go to Teams, okay, I've got four units running at the moment, so I will use that one. Doesn't matter what one I use at all. Now when you open it up, it always opens up in the general post section. Now this is for things like me sending out stuff I found you might be interested in, sending a link out to everybody for a tutorial. It's all done. Basically this is a general chat. If you've got anything specific about a week, say we go to the week 1, then you would use the post chat in week 1. And then if you're talking about a subject or something to do with week 2, you use that one. And that way it's easier to trace things that are relevant to that point of view, to that subject area. Don't put everything in the general chat, okay? That's for sharing general information. So remember that. So we start off here. Now if you have a look, we try to replicate Moodle as best we can. Moodle's broken down into weeks. We've broken it down into weeks. Now for some reason, Microsoft Teams doesn't put them in the right order. No one's figured out how to make it go week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So just have a look for your week numbers down here, okay? If we look in general still, you've got the posts. That's where things are sent backwards and forwards of a general nature. Then you have files, and if you click files, that's where I've put lots of interesting stuff. So the assignment briefs are in this one. There's guidelines, there's the essential readings. Click essential readings. And there's the assignments again, but here's all the readings that are referred to throughout the unit. If we go back, I can hit that again, files, and you'll find the assignments are in there as well. I do duplicate where things are, hoping you'll find them. I also use the general posts to send the assignments to you. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody has got it. Whether you open it up or not is a different matter. But to me, I've sent it to you, it's done. All right, so that's done. The class book we don't tend to use. The assignments up here is the MSTeams assignments, and we don't use this. This is where you would submit and get your grades from, but we don't use it, okay? We have a link to Moodle site, and that should take you straight to the Moodle site, and that's where you submit your assignments turn it in and get your grade book. Still through Moodle, they've not integrated it yet. Okay, so let's go down. Let's try week number 1. Okay, so week 1 we have a lot of posts have been going backwards and forwards about week 1. You can see here you can use little videos and emojis, and it just makes it much nicer to talk to each other. It's less formal. More, you're used to chatty things. If I find something interesting here, then I might post it here generally, because this is week 1, just to get people going. There was even a little snapshot here for people. Click here for things. Now I'll show you that in a minute. So these were linked to some YouTube videos that I used for week 1. We're in week 1, remember, we're not in the general, so this is all relevant to week 1. Always, when you come in, you see the post, and you might be the first person to come and find there's nothing here at all, because no one's posted anything, and you might post the first thing if you want to. Always click the files and see what's in here for you, and there's the readings for week 1, and there's the complete study guide for this particular unit. I do all my units very similar. And then if you hit the notes, this is where things happen. So So here you go, you've got lectures. So there's the lecture, so there's the week 1 lecture. There are all the lectures, so that takes you to the Echo 360 list. And there's the tutorial that was added as soon as it was recorded and processed. So you should find that on most pages. I'm not perfect, but the important bit to look at is there's this arrow here. So you always look at that, you always check that, and you always look at the notes. The notes is where it happens mostly here for information. So if there's an arrow, that means there's some hidden pages. Not deliberately hidden, just Microsoft Teams does it for some reason. So you click that, and then it's got the lecture, which is what we're on here, because there's the name of the lecture. We've got, because it's week 1, we have the introduction to the unit, and here's all about the unit. It tells you what we're going to be doing. Just click it. You have to click it, and then you can scroll down up. Okay. Go back. There's the unit aims. Okay. Click the page, and you can scroll it. So there's unit aims. Okay. Remember, a topic isn't the same as a week. You might get 2 topics in a week. Click your lecturer, and there's lovely me. Now, I don't know why I haven't got a photo there, so there we go. So that's all about me. And if you look at the guidance, you don't need to open that because you don't have to click, because you don't have to scroll this one. Okay. There's the normal bits about the Harvard referencing. There's some videos to follow. These are all links you click and go. Okay. There's a bit about EndNote. Well, you just click it, go down, go Harvard referencing. It's all there. There's no reason you can't find this stuff. And because this is an environmental type one, we've got environmental guidelines. Okay, so that's 1.1. If we were to look at number 2, immediately there are posts. Okay, I'll go to a late week in a minute and you'll see. Then just check what files are there, and then see if anything's happened in the notes. And of course, we've got quite a lot in the notes for week 2. So we've got the lecture, all the lectures again, then the tutorial, and then there's a link to some pollution stuff, murky waters. These are all links to videos. And we've got the YouTube videos, you know, something a little funny but makes the point. Another big video here. So they're all there for you, but of course there's something hidden. I don't know what it is myself. Oh look, and there's one, water. What have we got? And we've got a list of links to go to. Okay, so always hit files, hit notes for each week you go to. If I go to week 9, all we've got, don't know what it is, but that's the only post we've got. There looks like there's some files for this particular one. These will all be for the 3rd assignment here. And notes wise, we should see when it processes. There's the lecture, there's the tutorial, and that's all the lectures again. I'm trying to keep a link for all lectures. And as some of you know, I've also started moving the lectures to a YouTube channel because there's been problems getting links to work. Apparently there's nothing wrong with them technically, but just some people have a problem. So there will be a link to my YouTube channel added to these for the coming terms, and you can do that and you'll find everything there anyway. That's how you do it. Now, one thing that because I'm not a student in this, I don't see it. I have to go here. You find it anyway. Where do I find this? Because I never look at it. There's the guests. That shows me the list of everybody in there, so I can individually email through this system anybody I want to. Channels, which these are called channels, what I just call them pages. There's the channels and everything. They should all be showing to members really. I don't know why that one isn't, I'll come back to it. I know what settings and stuff like that. There is something else if I can find it. Because you've all got your own private, let's try again, you've all got your own private space on here. Everybody's got their own space. I may have to try and find where that is. Let me just pause myself for a second. I'm back to a different page that I've sort of got here, and just so you know, I can see the analytics of how many users and apps. Notice the engagement thing comes up here. we can see things that are happening. We can see the active users here. There's a bit more down here so you can spot. I know who's doing what. I can individually, I obviously won't do that now. If I do that for 30 days, not just the last 7, you can see how it's popped up and down. Now, there's 104 users. I think 96 were students, and I think at the moment, after a few of them dropped out, I think I've got about 70 odd students. But notice, I don't get anywhere near 70. Until this point, there must have been an assignment coming in, 60 odd. There's a lot of people don't engage, so please remember we can see this, and your engagement is directly linked to your success. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So, I know it's jumped to a different page. I was looking for something but I can't find it at the moment. The big benefit of using Teams, remember all this, what you've already done, is you can meet instantly up here. So you can schedule a meeting where you can meet instantly. And it's basically, because it's Microsoft, they've incorporated Skype. So I'll show you how to do it. So this is just the general posts for week 5. Say Nathan has got a question and I want to answer Nathan's question. I hover over it, and you would be hovering over me normally, and you've got the choice here to send him a message. You can send him an email, it's his university email address, and you can view how we all fit together, but you can do a video call or a phone call. Okay, and this is really Skype, and it comes straight through this system. Works really well. We've used it a lot. And it does give you almost instant contact with each other, ring each other, or ring yourself, or ring me, not yourself, ring me. I'm normally online. I run Teams on my computers, on my tablet, and I've also got it running on my phone. So even when I'm out and about, you've got a possibility you might still get me, but when you post the questions, I normally answer them pretty quickly, much quicker than Moodle, okay? Remember, this is set out as close to Moodle as we can mention, but you have to remember how it works all the way up here. What else is there to tell you about it? See, here's an example where I've sent some PDFs to everybody. All right, I'll just show you how to do something. Remind you, if you want to send a message only to one person, you do this. You do that, and then you'll have names coming up and that, and you can start to type a name in. Like I'll try Emma. There's Emma. If I click it and put a space, I can type what I want. I can add a file and send it. Some students have been adding a draft of their assignments and sending them to me, and it will only go to her, and only you and myself will see it. But if you want to send it to absolutely everybody in the unit, you just put the unit code, BLA. Now whatever you do here will go to everybody. You'll all get a notification, so you all know it's there. And this is how I send out additional readings and more information, and I'll send out feedback for assignments, and so it's a very important way of doing it. But I don't want to send anything at the moment. So that's how to use Teams. If in doubt, just open Teams up and get Kevin tight. Start hovering over Kevin if you can find me, or send a message like, you know, the squiggly at, and start to type Kevin. I'll come up and send me a message saying hello, and once it's there you can hover over my picture, or you can open it up and you can start a meeting with me, or you can call me, or you can ask me to call you, and I'm normally pretty quick. So make the use of that communication that we provide. We're getting closer and closer to Moodle here, so the one thing I want to do is I want to put the link to Moodle on every single week, which I haven't done so far, because feedback I've been getting has told me that would be useful, so that's what will happen later on. But for now, I'll just say thank you for everyone who's been using this and trying to get it going. And good luck. Now, how do I stop recording? I do that.